Welcome, 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 merry men, to this Friday night football Q&A. It's been one of the longest weeks I think we've ever had in football history. We've argued, we've gone back and forth. I was called a white fascist, but we made it. We made it. We are here. We're in good health. And we can say what's up. That's all that matters. That we're in good health and we can say what's up. So, I'll be answering your questions. So first of all, I'll be answering the questions that were sent to me via the West. Remember, every week you go to the website to send your boy your message via email. So we've got I picked out 4 questions. Then 4 questions for us to sink our teeth into. And once I finish those questions, then we will be able to go into your lovely questions. So whether you are watching on YouTube or whether you are watching on Switch or Twitch or whatsoever, your boy will be here to take all of your beautiful, amazing, sexy questions, man. So feel free to do what you need and do what has to be done, bro. Without further ado, man, without further ado, let's look at some of these questions, shall we? So let's see. How about let's bring this one up. Let's bring this one up. All right, there we go. Share screen. Oh, interesting. Okay, from Eric. Eric, thank you very much for sending in your question. Who says, wanted your opinion on Deco and Ozil, and how highly do you rate them, and do they pass the eye test? Can the defender pass the eye test? And if so, how does the defender pass the eye test? So let's deal with that first part of the question, bro. With regards to Deco was decent. He was a real good player, nice ball control, good, smart, intelligence player. He's a good player to have. I don't think he was underrated. I think that he was rated as much as he was, just like he was a good player. Because he was obviously with the era with Manish and so forth. And he was, of course, with the Portuguese team that got to the final of Euro 04 but flopped against Greece. But yeah, no, Deco was good, decent player. He was a good player. I don't think there's anything more you can say from Deco, whether with regards to was he underappreciated, should he have been loved more? He was loved as much as was believed. He was loved as much as his talents and his skill dictated. See, Ozil is a funny one. Ozil is a funny one because Ozil was a real good player, man. Ozil was a really good player because the Zil, I remember when I first saw the Zil, which was 2010 World Cup, and I was like, wow, this is a great playmaker. This is a pass specialist. This is just a super smart, super intelligent player. And then he then saw him for Real Madrid. And I think, you see, this where he's different is at no point was the Deco the best in the world in his position. You could argue that 2011, 2012, so forth, Ozil was the best playmaker in the world. In terms of that number 10 position and in terms of being a pass specialist and a pass expert and executing through balls perfectly, I don't think there was anybody better than Ozil. Remember, at this time, Messi wasn't playing as a number 10. Messi was still like a attacking player at this time because he then became a number 10 16, 17, 18. And Iniesta wasn't really a number 10. Iniesta was sort of like an attacking midfielder, but Ozil was literally, his main role was you are just here to provide and create like Snyder. Pretty much like Snyder. So peak Ozil was very, very good. It was very good. And I think that Ozil right now, he probably regrets moving to Arsenal. I think Arsenal was the wrong move for him. I think it seemed like Sevilla, somewhere like that would have been a much better team for him to go to. Because I still feel if you surround Ozil with the right players and in the right team, he is a massive asset. You just can't put him in a team where he has to run, he has to press and go up and down and so forth. But if you put him in the right team, Ozil can say what's up. Can a defender pass the eye test? Yes. The eye test is how good you are at football. It's your basic footballing mechanics. So whatever position you are, you can pass the eye test. The eye test isn't limited just to attackers. So how does it? Okay, Ramos passes the eye test. John Stones, you'd say, passes the eye test. Um, Obviously Beckenbauer for sure. Marcel Desailly passes the eye test. Lam for sure passes the eye test for sure. Marcelo obviously for sure. So yeah, so really it's just your footballing mechanics and your footballing ability. I think everybody has that footballing ability. So my eye test is forget goals, forget assists, forget how effective you are in the game. Just you as an individual in and of yourself. Can you say what's up with the ball at your feet? With the ball at your feet, can you be money? With the ball at your feet, are you able to truly affect the game in a positive way? And that's just all it's about. That's all it's about, man. So, yeah, man, thank you for that, bro. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. So, next on the agenda, let me see. Okay, let's ride with this one, man. Let's ride with this one. So, from R9 is an embarrassing CL flop. Oh, how sweet. Fuck. Who is the most overrated defender, midfielder, winger, and striker of all time? Most overrated defender. Ramos. And because I say he's overrated doesn't mean that he's crap. It's just that Ramos isn't as great a defender as people make him out to be. Like, people make him out to be one of the best defenders of all time. So Ramos is extremely good and a very good defender. But how people rate him is factual. So I will say that. So for me, Ramos defender, midfielder. It's between Gerrard and Lampard. I don't know which, but it's between those two. It's between Gerrard and Lampard. And I might say Gerrard because Lampard can say, look how many goals that I scored. You know, so like Lampard is a bit overrated, but he did score a lot of goals. So for me, I must say Gerrard. Again, very good midfielder and so forth, but the way people talk about him and the way they praise him and the kind of pedestal that they put him on, I'm like, nah, bro. Like Gerrard was useful, can play multiple positions, great energy, good passing, good shooting, and so forth. But I just think that when you just look at when you look at what a Javi, a Modric, a Varazzi, a Pirlo, a Seedorf do, there is just a better kind of understanding of the midfield position that those guys have than Gerrard. I can't trust Gerrard to keep hold of the ball. But that is important if you're a central midfielder. So if you play in a center of midfield, you have to know how to keep the ball. You have to be able to make good pass decisions. Like if you compare Gerrard to a Toni Kroos, it's totally different. Like Toni Kroos, that is a quality central midfielder. Gerrard can't do what Toni Kroos does because Gerrard, you cannot rely upon him to be able to consistently keep hold of the ball, maintain possession, because he just doesn't have that ability. But for a central midfielder, that is key. That's important. But Gerrard is useful. He's a very useful player. But I just don't think that he is as amazing as people make him out to be. Most overrated winger is David Beckham. Beckham is the most overrated player of all time. All he did was free kicks, crosses, and so forth. This guy was trash with the ball at his feet. This guy was a trash dribbler. This guy was trash as running with the ball. And selling him as this great player is a complete farce. Had no technique, had no skill whatsoever. So yeah, he's most overrated winger and he's the most overrated player of all time. Most overrated striker of all time. I've got to think about that. I've got to think about that. Basically, of all time. I know there's a name I'm thinking of. I think it might be a Portuguese dude, but I'm gonna go recent. I'm gonna say Harry Kane. I'm gonna say Harry Kane. They call Harry Kane world class. They call him one of the best strikers in the world. He's never scored in a CL semi, CL final. He's never scored in a Euro semi, Euro final. Never scored in a World Cup semi, World Cup final, and he flopped in that World Cup semi he was in. So you can't sell me that he is this amazing striker, one of the best in the world, when he's never said what's up in a major semi or a major final. So for me, Harry Kane is a domestic league merchant. He's done nothing in the Champions League, nothing in the World Cup, nothing at the Euros. If you don't perform in the later stages of those three competitions, you cannot call yourself world class. You cannot call yourself a top tier elite player. So for me, if I were to say the most overrated striker of all time is Harry Kane. Again, quality striker, amazing striker, but how people talk about him and how they reference him. I am buying it, show. So where are we at right now? Okay. Okay, you know what? Let's do this, man. Let's do this. Let's do this first, and then I'll get there. Actually, you know what? No, I'm gonna do this instead. Let's just get this one out of the way. Let's get this out of the way, shall we? Oh boy. From Osman. Honest question. Is Mourinho finished? No. And if not, why isn't he finished? 2010 treble. And what do you make of Mo being linked to Bayern Munich? And if Zidane leaves, apparently Perez wants Mourinho to take over. Could he do well with these clubs? All right. So let's address this. What the fuck? Sorry. Oops. Sorry for swearing. Is Mourinho finished? No, he's not finished. Why would you think he's finished? All because he couldn't say what's up to Tottenham doesn't mean that he's finished. Tottenham is a lost cause. Tottenham is a lost cause. And Daniel Levy, you are a piece of crap. You are genuinely I already thought very lowly of you, but even so right now, you are a piece of crap. You couldn't even allow Mourinho to attempt. I still think he was going to lose, but you couldn't even allow him to attempt to play that final, that Papa John's Cup final against Pep. Just add it. Then you can sack him after the final. At least give him, he made the final, at least give him the final. Levy, you sick, decrepit piece of crap. That for me, that's just disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. You stupid, absolute a-hole. You a-hole. You freaking a-hole. You loser. So now, this is not the person to Tottenham fans. I hope Man City beat the crap out of them, But knowing how these things work, Tottenham probably end up winning, So, but no, it's not finished. I just think that I knew that it was a bad fit. I knew it was a bad fit. So I could have told when it was made, go and rewind the freaking tape. When it was made, I said that this is a match made in hell. This is not going to work. This is a bad fit. Lo and behold, what happened is what I said to begin with, that he was never going to win a trophy with these guys, and this was only going to end in tears. And so she said, why isn't he finished? Because this was never going to work. When Ancelotti messed up at Bayern, was he finished? When Pep couldn't get Bayern a CL final after they won the treble before, was he finished? Sometimes things work, sometimes things don't work. For Sarri, for Juventus, yeah, he may have won that, but people thought he failed, but he still said, what's up? By winning them this, and he's still a quality manager. So for me, don't judge a manager by a bad stint. Don't judge them by a bad stint. Look at what Ancelotti is doing now with Everton. Don't judge guys by a bad stint. I just think Mourinho needs the right kind of club. And if he's given the right kind of club, that and so forth, he will show you what it's about. He's taking a hit. He's taking a hit. It's tough. I can understand. I mean, like my advice for Onk is Onk chill. Onk chill out, The knives are out, the haters are out, and the guys who are jealous of your success, because people who hate Mourinho are just jealous of his success. People hate Mourinho because he ran Pep out of town in Spain, and he took down that mighty Barca team. That mighty Barca, the people that people call the greatest team of all time, Mourinho beat that team with 10 men. And ever since he did that, people have always had an axe to grind against Mourinho. So Mourinho is a victim of his own success. Ever since he beat the living crap out of Pep with a lesser team, people have had it in for Mourinho. And they've always wished for his downfall because people fester off and feed off of negativity. And for Uncle Mo, ignore that crap, bro. Ignore that crap. You're good. Your legacy is set. Your legacy is set. You're still that dude. You are still that dude. This was just a hiccup. And I blame Levy, you absolute prick. You loser. You sick, good for nothing criminal mafia boss. That loser still hasn't. Tottenham fans, has that loser still apologized for trying to join the Super League? Have you heard anything from that loser, Daniel Levy? Nothing. I mean, Levy is just a money hungry, decrepit, bald loser. That's all that guy is. What do you make of Mo being linked to Bayern Munich? And if Zidane, he's not going to Bayern Munich. It's not happening. So I don't care about what links. Bayern Munich will never hire him. I just think, and for me, that's a bad fit. So Bayern are trying to get either like a Nagelsmann or an Allegri bomb. Mourinho and Bayern is not happening. I think he's burned that bridge with Real Madrid. I think that bridge has been burnt. And I just don't think that Perez is probably going to try to. I don't think Perez would go back into that well. I don't think he'll go back into that well of Mourinho. So him being linked over there, I don't really think that really pops off. So who knows where Mourinho is going to be? Who knows, man? But yeah, look, it's he's taking a hit, man. But he's just going to bounce back, and I know, and I have faith that he's going to be able to bounce back, man. I have faith in my boy. Last question, guys. Final question. Then I will take your questions from the audience. From your boy Sergio. Benzema is currently 3 goals away from his 30th of the season in all competitions for 3 years running. His best ever is 32 Gs in all competitions. He also has the most assists of any Madrid player in the modern era in La Liga. 88 currently. Where do you rank Benzema amongst Real Madrid legends? Ooh, that's a nice question. So when you think of Real Madrid legends, you've got to think about Hierro, Di Stefano, Raul. You have to look at Cristiano, Casillas, Zidane. And I think those are probably the ones that I would say you have to think of in them, man. And where would he rank? You see, for Benzema, it's a difficult one, man, because he's really exploded in the last few years. And you say to yourself that, yeah, despite all these numbers you've given me, he's not really performed like this for the plethora of his career at Real Madrid. If only he did, then it's like, okay, man, can this guy rub shoulders with Hierro, Raul, Cristiano, Zidane, and so forth? Because last few years, Benzema has been popping off. It's been popping off right now. The guy is tier 1, and the guy is knocking on that Chief Oga door. Okay, like Benzema, he's knocking on Neuer's palace and say, "Yo, man, oh man, I'm gonna need that. I'm gonna need that. I'm gonna need that because I'm saying what's up right now, but I'm gonna need that." Remember, there can only be one Chief Oga. At any given point in rankings, there can only be one Chief Oga, and Benzema wants to praise Neuer as world football's Chief Oga. So, where would I rank him? As of right now, he is behind. But then you have to look at Ramos as well. Ooh, you see, for me, he's behind Cristiano. He's behind Raul. He's behind Zidane. He's behind Ramos. I might put him fifth, just ahead of Hierro. I'm willing to put him fifth, just ahead of Hierro. But yeah, so I mean, if we're to rank the legends, okay, almost you have the Steph. I mean, yeah, it's tough because you may have to say, from if it's me, you've got to look at maybe the Stefano, Cristiano, Raul, Zidane. I mean, then do you say Casillas? Do you then say maybe Benzema can squeeze it in fifth? So this is as of that. So as of right now, maybe fifth, sixth. Now, that's where it gets interesting. I don't count that goal in the 2018 final. To this day, I refuse to watch that goal replay. I've only seen that goal once, where a grown man, I don't give a damn about head concussion. I don't give a crap. A grown man, an adult, threw a ball to an opposing player who was a pubic hair away. He threw the ball to a dude who was a freaking pubic hair away from him. So Benzema, that goal doesn't count. If Benzema says what's up in a CL final, that will boost him up. Because see, the guys I named had a major impact on a CL and in a final. The Stefano, boom, Cristiano, those two goals in 2017. I don't count that bomb as penalty that he scored. Those two goals in 2017, boom. Zidane, we know, 0-2. Ramos, we know, 2014. Benzema has yet to have a major moment in a CL final, and I think that is huge. And that is why I've got to put him behind Di Stefano, Cristiano, Zidane, and Ramos. I think that is what helps really to define your legacy as a legend, particularly in a CL. Like for me, I'd put him ahead of Casillas. I would put him ahead of Casillas. I would. I think his career, has been stronger than Casillas'. And I think Casillas was probably better for Spain, had a better Spain career than he did a Real Madrid career. So I'd put him ahead of Casillas. But for me to put him, see, if Benzema says what's up in a CL final, I can probably put him ahead of Raul. I think that's it. Because Zidane was money, man. Zidane did some things. Cristiano scored too many goals. Like he scored too many goals. Like, trust me, if there's one guy who I want to get out of that thing, is that freaking penalty matches, man. But he scored too many. Like, I mean, guys, have you seen Wikipedia? Like, Cristiano is a Wikipedia matches. Have you seen his goal scoring Wikipedia? I would love Cristiano to get the heck out of there, man. 100% me, but I can't. He has scored more goals than games he's played in. It's stupid. The guy's a goal scoring freak. So it's going to be hard for Benzema to. I think it's almost impossible for Benzema to be ahead of Di Stefano, Zidane, and Cristiano. So the best you can hope for is if he shows up in the CL final, I can put him ahead of Casillas and Raul and Hierro. But as of right now, he's behind Raul. I think I can put him ahead of Casillas. I think so. I think if he says what's up in the CL final, I can put him ahead of Raul. I can put him ahead of Raul if he says what's up in a CL final, man. So guys, I'm done. Right now, it's time for you guys in the live chat to send away your questions, man. Send away your questions, man. Please keep it nice, simple, keep it interesting, keep it sexy, keep it sassy. Send your boys questions for the next hour or so. Next hour, 2 hours. I'm going to be here. I am here to serve you guys, to answer your beautiful, amazing questions. So please, please, please send those questions away. Send those questions away. Thank you. Shout out to Football Hub member Josh Bourne. Football Hub member Josh Bourne. What up, baby? What up, baby? At what point are legends too far apart from the present football being played to get replaced from new players 50 years from now? Interesting. So what points are legends too far apart from the present football being played to get replaced? A legend can't be Replaced. A legend can be replaced. Um, like a legend is set in stone because when we call a guy a legend, it means that he defined his era. That is why I have the Horseman and the Hall of Fame. So Horsemen, legends, and greats. So because replacements is stupid because we live in different eras. So people are going to say, oh, no, well, Messi has now surpassed Maradona and Pele. Well, how good would Messi have been if he played in the 80s where people got a yellow card after committing homicide and rape? So, trust me, you got a caution for committing rape and homicide and sodomy back in the 80s and the 70s and the 60s. So for me, you can't replace dudes. You can't like those horsemen I have are definitive. Pele defined his era. Beckenbauer defined his era. Zidane defined his. Nobody is touching my boy R9. Nobody is touching my boy R9. It didn't happen, bro. So he would adapt. How do you know? How do you know? I truly believe that Messi would struggle. He would struggle seriously if he played in the yeah, basically he would struggle if he played in the 80s because you didn't get enough protection. And I don't think that he'd be able to handle guys kicking him and the aggression. Because remember, see, as the game wore on, players got more protected, you got more cautious and so forth. 80s and 70s, I told you, guys were raping guys. Guys were lubricating guys. So for me, I'm not sure whether he'd be able to adapt because it's not just about your skill level and so forth. It's you had to be tough. You had to be physically tough to say what's up. All right, what else are you guys saying, man? What else are you guys saying? All right. I am going to I've done a video and I will reveal my thoughts on the video. So a video has been done. I've given my thoughts there, and when that video drops, I will it all will be revealed when that video drops, man. Would you consider Neymar a Barca legend? No. Legend is a mixture of performance, impact, and time. And time is something that people forget about. Cristiano isn't a Man United legend. He's one of the best players that United have ever had. He's not a legend because he has the performance, he has the impact, doesn't have the time. So to be a legend of a club, you have to have those three things: performance, impact, time. Your consistent performance, you coming clutch in key games that helped your that club win titles, and the amount of time that you spent there. If you have these three, that is what makes you a club legend. So Neymar had performance, he had impact for sure. MSN and Miracle at that Camp Nou, time's in there. Time in there. So you can't really call him a Barca legend. He didn't spend enough time. And but you see, PSG right now, I believe he's already spent more time at PSG than Barca because he joined Barca in is it 2014? 2015 he joined them. So I think he was there for what 3 years, and he's been at PSG for what now? I think he's been PSG for like what 4, 5 years now. So I think basically like if Neymar gives PSG like a CL and so forth, boom, legendary status. So that's the thing. You have to spend time. Time is very key. Time is very, very key. Um, so do France still win the World Cup without Mbappe? No, they don't. Um, Now that's the thing, man. Because my thing here is this: so you look at the Uruguay game. I don't think Mbappe had an effect on that Uruguay game. That was mainly Griezmann. You look at the Belgium game again. That was Umtiti. So the real thing was Argentina. So if Mbappe isn't there, see, my thing is this is that it's not even whether he scored or not. I just think it's that threat. So it's like the Lewandowski complex, where, oh my gosh, Lewandowski, he didn't do anything. How important is he? If you know a guy is good and you know he's a threat, you are attracted to him. And that attraction allows other guys who are less threatening to now say, what's up? So if you now take the threat of Mbappe away, that means the defenders are now much more focused on the other players that exist in your team. So they're a lot more aware of the other players that are saying what's up in your team and so forth. So without Mbappe and that threat, I think teams would now be a lot more cognizant of the other guys that France have. So I mean, it's an interesting one, but I just think that it's like if Lewandowski didn't play if Lewandowski wasn't at Bayern last year, they don't win it. Even if he didn't score in every single round, by just him being there and by him just existing and his existence there, I think causes issues. So no, I think they needed it on Mbappe for sure. They needed it on Mbappe, man. What the heck? Oh my god, man. Jesus Christ. Wow. All right. The heck? Is Longley the worst defender you have ever seen? There's a dude called there's a dude called Pascal Siegel. There's a dude called Mustafi. Nigeria had a dude called Terrible West, who we used to call Terrible Waste. He's a brick. He's a brick. Worst defender, I've seen worse. But he ain't great. I mean, Barca have definitely fallen from the days of peak PK when he actually knew how to defend, Puyol, and so forth. But Longlets is trash. Like, I mean, I wouldn't lie to you. Like, the dude is trash. He is trash. Like, I ain't gonna front. Dude is trash. But the worst defender, that's extreme. That's really good extreme. I can't come and say and just say the guy is the worst defender, bro. So no. Why do you think people went out and protested the ESL but choose to stay silent against the Qatar World Cup in December 22? Because people only care about what affects them. And that is how the world works. That is how human beings work. You cannot expect someone to care about something that doesn't affect them. Only very, very, very few, a minuscule amount of people would care about stuff that doesn't affect them. And those people are an anomaly. 99.9% of people will go out of their way and protest and care about something that affects them, that they care about. So this whole ESL thing, because people view their club as a family, it's an extension of their life, and they can't breathe, sleep, eat, or drink without their club, they will go out there and protest because of how much their club means to them. For some people, their club is their life. It's true. Like, for that club, football club, it's their life. It's their livelihood. It is what makes them happy. It's what keeps them going. And so for them in Qatar, they're like, okay, yeah, that's bad and so forth, but how does that affect me? That's just some foreigners over in Qatar. But oh my gosh, you want to do something to my club and my thing. So my club, some foreigners over in Qatar, even if what has happened to them is far worse, far worse. It's just how people are. It's like someone said about the whole racism thing, that people have protested more. They've protested more because their club wants to join a super league rather than protesting against racism. And it makes sense because guys are like, racism, how does that, if it doesn't affect me, why do I care? But this is my club. It affects me. So I'm going to protest and shout and do all that kind of stuff, man. Who are the front runners for the Ballon d'Or? Benzema, 100%. Mbappe. De Bruyne could sneak in. De Bruyne could sneak in. De Bruyne, I think De Bruyne could just sneak in there, Like, this really, like, I mean, Messi and Chris, like, if Messi and Cristiano make the final three, then I know that people are having a laugh, but they still will, because I mean, the Ballon d'Or is a joke, so they will always try to come up with an excuse to put Messi and Cristiano there. Like I told you, they robbed Snyder in 2010, they robbed Ribery in 2013, and they robbed Lewandowski last year with that bomber's excuse. So I told you, I don't give a crap or a damn about the Ballon d'Or. I know who the best player is, and that's what it is. Lewandowski, you're the best player last year. You don't need the validation of a Ballon d'Or to prove that you were the best player. You don't need that. So all that stuff is pointless. So front runners again. Think that about Benzema has to be there. He's had a superb season. He has to be there. You've got to put Mbappe there. You've got to put Mbappe there. Like just the amounts of goals he has scored in Liga, the amounts of goals that he has scored in Champions League, specifically in the knockout rounds, and specifically key goals that he has scored. Mbappe has got to be in there. So, but I think that I want not. It's because I think it's going to weigh heavily on that CL. It's going to weigh heavy because I don't think Benzema has ever been in the final three. Thinking about it, I don't think Benzema has actually ever been in the final three. So this could be the first where he's actually for the first time ever in the final three for the Ballon d'Or. De Bruyne has never been in the final three. So I would say I'm sure about Mbappe and Benzema. That third one, because you have Neymar, you have De Bruyne. You see, the thing with Lewandowski is that injury was that was a bummer. That injury was a bummer, man. So with regards to the third one, it's going to be a little bit much more difficult, man. All right, what else are you guys saying, man? Messi has been the best player in the world in 2021. Have you heard of something called DOD? It's called degree of difficulty. I don't care what you do against mid-tier or weaker opposition. The very fact that he got knocked out of the second round, it's a bad case. It's a bad case. So he could, and Messi is still amazing. He's doing amazing stuff and so forth. But it's about waiting. Of okay, what you're doing in the league? Where are you in the Champions League? How far did you get into the Champions League? Because what did you do in the second round? What did you do in the quarterfinal? What did you do in the semifinal? And then what did you do in the final? So Messi, it's going to be a very hard case to make to put Messi in the final three, getting knocked out in the second round. It's a hard case. Even if he wins the league, so he's now to the double with the league and the Copa del Rey, then you have to now look at who wins the Champions League. What does that player do? And where's that player from? Of who they win the Champions League, and also what comes afterwards there. So it's all up in the air. It's all up in the air. What else you guys saying? Oh my god. When discussing a player's greatness, do you consider their individual achievements? Um, you have to. Great and best are two different things. Best has nothing to do with achievements. Best is purely how good you are. Best is just purely how good are you? What is your ability? Like JJ Koch is one of the best players of all time. Just for pure talent, one of the best players of all time. Okocha can't say anything about greatness because he didn't really win anything major. Greatness is heavily reliant on your achievements because greatness already takes into account your quality and your performance. That's already granted. Now, what now gives you that greatness chip is okay, how many key what did you do in big games? How well did you perform in high stakes games? What did you win? What did you do to contribute to that win? As in Ramos, you've got to call Ramos great because of forget that goal that he scored in 2014. When you look at, I think it was a 2018 run. When you just look at the level of his defending and how good his defending was on that 2018 run, it was money. Yeah, Cristiano scored all the goals and everything, but Ramos was major. So every big game, Ramos always came up big time. So that's why you have to say Ramos, that's a great player based on how good he is at defending, but his contribution to La Liga titles, Copa del Rey, and Champions League, man. So achievements is very key, because greatness is really are those intangibles. Um, who is the most clutch player of all time? Um, Drogba is up there. I don't care what it says. Drogba is up there. So is Eto. Someone said it. So is Eto. So is Eto. Um, there isn't. I don't think I can pick just one. You know, because Drogba supremely clutch for club, also for country. Ronaldo super clutch for Brazil. 21 years of age, scoring in a semi-final against Holland. That's Holland team in '98. All those clutch goals that he scored in Copa America finals, then scoring pretty much all the key goals that helped Brazil win that World Cup in '02. So it's difficult because there are guys who are clutch at club, clutch at international. Casillas. Casillas denied my boy. Casillas denied my boy. He denied my boy. So you got to say Casillas was super clutch for Aspina. Was super clutch for Aspina. So yeah. Currently, who is the most overrated player and underrated player? Currently, most overrated player right now. That's a tough one. Or I might still say Kane. I might still say Kane. I think because people talk a lot about Kane, I might still say Kane. I was thinking of De Bruyne, but De Bruyne has been playing money. Because normally I always go for De Bruyne because people say, but De Bruyne has been money. De Bruyne has been playing. So I might say Kane, underrated player. I think people need to give Lukaku more credit. I think a lot of Inter guys are doing like, yes, they messed up in the CL. Barella is very good though. And you know what? I may say even Marquinhos. Oh no, I think yeah. There's so many like Nacho. Yeah, I've not seen really good names. De Maria. Um, I might say Marquinhos because Marquinhos is a damn good defender. He's also very good in midfield. So he's on there. Nacho as well. Nacho, Nacho can play multiple positions. Nacho right back, left back, centre back. I think he can play in midfield. He can play out wide. So Nacho, he's another really good one as well. So yeah, those I think Marquinhos, Nacho, Barella from Inter. He's real good. Um, I think those are the ones, man. Yeah, I think those are the ones. I'm liking that kid Bellingham, but I think people are beginning to notice him, man. But I'm really liking that kid Bellingham. That kid Bellingham is really really good though. The guy's really really good, man. Um, oops. Prime Snyder or Prime Varazzi? Hmm. Um. Objectively, it is Prime Snyder because Snyder was the best player in the world at the time. I prefer Verratti personally, but if I'm speaking objectively, Prime Snyder because Snyder was the best. He was at one given year, he was the best player in the world. Like that 2010 Snyder was insane. Like he was the best player. Like, and this was for Holland and for Inter Milan. Snyder was the guy was money. Like his passing ability, passing quality, and so forth. Pass completion was insane. You know, the guy was money, man. The guy was fully money. Um, but has Verratti even had his prime? I don't think we've even seen. So that question is meant because we've actually not seen Verratti's prime yet. Verratti is the guy. The Verratti I mean, Verratti is a young dude, man. The guy's a young dude. The guy has several years. The guy's what, like 21, like 20. So the guy's a young dude, man. So he's not even yet hit his prime yet. So once he's like 25, 26, boom. So you can't compare like a young 19, 20, 21-year old Verratti to Snyderman. So no. Um, Best UCL final from 2010 to 2020. Um, I think I've even said this bit before. The best that UCL final last year is probably the best final I've seen. The greatest final is the juju that Liverpool used in '05, which is why I have zero respect for that AC Milan team. I don't want to hear anything about that AC Milan team being one of the great teams. You screwed up. Okay, you screwed up. So you are not a great team because you messed up. Um, that final last year was as probably the best final I've seen in terms of just tactical battle. It's nice, it's close, it respects the tense and the gravity of what a final is. For me, that final last year between Bayern and PSG was amazing. The worst, I know you didn't ask, but I'll still say the worst was Tottenham Liverpool. Tottenham Liverpool was a horrendous final. Um, in an absolutely disgraceful final, man. Like to be honest, a lot of the CL finals haven't been that great. Like the finals, and I think normally you don't normally get really amazing finals because it's a final. It's more tense, and guys are a little bit much more afraid to sort of like really show themselves and so forth. So normally you really get finals that are very cagey. You get them very 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 cagey. Um, Thoughts on Alaba to Real Madrid confirmed, and also when will we have the Real Madrid 3 discussion? When there's time, because it's true. We still have not had a proper discussion about what Zidane did, and I think people still want to deny Zidane and Zizou, and still deny what he did and deny the guy's greatness, man. And because Zizou was our dude, Zizou was African dude. Um, it's see Alaba is a useful signing because Alaba is like a natural 2.0 because you can play him in central defense, you can play him left back, you can play him DM. But the issue here is that he has to know that you're coming in to play defense. or as a DM, because you've got Marcelo still breathes. And Felamendi is the first choice left back. He's probably the best left back in the world right now. Centre back. So my thing is this: that them signing him doesn't now mean that Ramos leaves, because Varane is the future. Militao, of course, is young as well. So is it a case of where Alaba's not he's not going to come in and come in to displace Ramos, but he can play in several positions. So it's a good signing. It's a good signing. It's a good signing by Real Madrid, and then it's a guy that will 100% help them, man. It's a good signing, man. But I don't think it's that much of a game changer. It isn't the marquee signing that I think Madrid fans want. I just think it's like a good utility signature to have. But it isn't like the Mbappe, Neymar, and all that kind of jazz. Do 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 do. How highly do you rate Philippe Coutinho? And is he a wasted talent? I've never rated Coutinho highly, and I don't think he's a wasted talent. I never believed he was as good as people made him out to be. See, Coutinho is another guy who was overrated, specifically by Liverpool fans. Like he wasn't that great a player. He was alright, but he wasn't that great a player. So for me, I don't really see a case of anything that was a waste. I just think that he was what he was. He was decent. He was alright. He did his thing. He had a good World Cup, a good Copa America. So he's a good player as an addition. The issue was Barca bought him as a superstar, and he ain't a superstar. Same thing with Griezmann. These guys, they're not superstars. They are good players, and they have to be partnered with a superstar. They are supplementary items. You cannot build your team around the Coutinho because he's just not that good. He can't give you a season. He can maybe give you a run of 6-7 games where he can say what's up, but he can never give you like a season where he was definitely amongst one of the best players for a season. He's just not that good, bro. He's just not that great. God damn. Who do you hate more, Cristiano or the Cannibal? I don't hate Cristiano. I don't hate him. Now, I'm not his biggest fan. I don't think he's that great a player, but I actually don't hate. So people say, I don't hate him. I just don't think he's that good at football. And I just think that he's overrated. He's not really a player that pleasures me when I watch him. So Cannibal is a racist who eats people. So Cannibal has actually done stuff that is hateful. He's racist and he eats people. Cristiano, all he's doing is that you're not a very good player. You're a damn good goal scorer, but you're just not very good at football. So there is nothing for me to hate for Cristiano. So I've never understood why people have had the day that I hate him. Of course I don't, man. So no. Who had a better CL squad? 08 United or 2014 Real Madrid? Probably 2020, 2014. Because you had Di Maria. You had Peak Bill when he actually knew how to play. He also had Cristiano as well. You had Marcelo. I mean, 08 United, who do they have? I mean, who do those guys have on their bench? Like their first team was all right, but who do they have that they could bring on? So I think that 2014 squad was a lot more money and a lot more talented, bro. So shout out to boy Hassan, man. Hassan, thank you for the dub. Thank you for the dub, Hassan, man. Thank you for that dub, man. Konate to Liverpool, it's 100% confirmed. Yes. I think I saw this like on Instagram, man. Needed. Needed. So looking at Red Bull Leipzig at the Bundesliga and at the Champions League, talented player, talented player, good for footballer, good on the ball, knows how to defend. Looks good. Can still improve, but I think that the kind of raw materials that you have there, you give that to Klopp. I think he could be very, very useful, and I think it's something that they need. So even if, let's say, they get back, see, because I think what you want is a guy. Because I think the key thing that they must know is what is his medical record like, because you have to get somebody who can stay fit for a long period of time. So as long as his fitness is good, he's a quality player who can improve on the club. So good signing. Again, screwing over Red Bull Leipzig, because so Leipzig have now lost Upamecano to Bayern Munich, and now they lose Konate to Liverpool, man. And people think domestic football should still continue. Like, oh, Super League is so awful. Super League is so awful. Or Super League is such a bad thing. And look at how guys are just robbing and raping all these smaller teams. But no, because Grealish is soon gonna leave Aston Villa. He's soon gonna leave Aston Villa. Somebody's just probably gonna buy Kelechi of Leicester City and so forth. But guys say, no, let's protect the league, man, because the league is protected. These stupid idiots, man. From your boy Ak, man. Thank you for the door. Thank you for the Ak. Perez or Mahrez? Good question. Real good question. Perez or Mahrez? It's that same thing again. I think Mahrez has more ability. Perez is more effective. For Arsenal, Perez on a consistent basis provided either assists, goals, and he was much more effective in the game. Mahrez, there are games in which Mahrez is a total no-show. And he hardly does anything. That's why he says much. But Mahrez is, I think, so Perez would get like a 65% on the eye test. Mahrez gets like a 73% on the eye test. So he has a higher eye test score than Perez. So Mahrez was because honestly, Mahrez has twisted up some guys, man. That guy has twisted up some dudes badly. So my thing is yeah. So I would go for that dude, man. I'll say so. Perez more effective. Mahrez is the better footballer, man. All right, let's see what you guys saying. Let's see what you guys saying. Now, can I just address this? Stop twerking for billionaires. So let me get this straight. I am, and also I don't know how to twerk, by the way. I am twerking for billionaires because the Super League is something that I would watch. And I just said that the domestic game is trash. The domestic league is trash. See, it's cool for you big teams who beat the crap out of the smaller teams. I said again, the Super League is something that's okay. You have to have promotion, relegation. But if it's a choice between the Super League and watching the Premier League, I'm watching the Super League. If it's between watching Bayern Juventus and United against Norwich, I'm watching Bayern Juventus. Okay, I'm not watching Real Eibar or Man City against Southampton over PSG and Real Madrid. It's not happening. So domestic league is broken because the money is unbalanced. Teams are too strong. The divide between rich and poor is far too great. How many times does a small team win the league? How many times do we see a Leicester City happen? How many times? How many? Come on, give me a freaking break, man. Because what I always said is Premier League, United won it 3 times, twice in a row. Chelsea have done back-to-back. City have done back-to-back, I think, twice, I believe. Champions League. Since Champions League started, only once has a team defended their title, and it took till 2017 for a team to defend their title. So which competition makes more sense? Which competition is much more fascinating? A Champions League stroke a Super League or a freaking domestic league? Come on, bro. Come on, let's get real, man. Let's get freaking real, man. I'm not answering that question, bro. So you can keep sending that question. I'm not answering that question because I know I will anger people if I answer that question, man. If Kane is in that 2016 Leicester team instead of Vardy, do Leicester still win the Premier League? No, they don't. It's about systems and what fits. First of all, Vardy was on one, so that was like his golden season. But more so than that, Vardy is faster. He's quicker. He's much more direct. So a lot of goals that he scored came through his speed and him latching onto through balls. If Harry Kane played, that is a whole different way of playing. And you cannot guarantee, because you have to now, they can't play the same. With Harry Kane, they have to play differently and adjust to how he plays, i.e. he now comes back deep, goes with through balls and so forth. So is Kane going to have the same kind of understanding with his son as he would with whoever Leicester City have? We have no idea. Would him and Maris have the same understanding that him and Son has? We have no idea. So there is no we just don't know. But there's no guarantee that if Kane went there, you would have won. Vardy's speed, how he played, and his understanding with Mahrez, Kante, and so forth, I think was key for that year in them saying what's up. So if they were replaced by Kane, I can't really say that he would have really done the same thing, man. Hey, football fair, man. What up, bro? What up, bro? What up, bro, man? What's popping? Who is the best World Cup winner between 98 and 2018? Germany 2014. You know, I still don't accept that 2010 Spain. Brazil weren't the best team in 98. The best team in 98 was no, sorry. France were one of the best team in the 90s. The best team was Brazil. The second best team was Holland. 02, Brazil were there, but for me, I think that Italy and Spain were better, but they got screwed over. Sorry, no. 06, the best team was Argentina. They were the best team, but Peckerman screwed up with them against Germany. 2010, Germany were the best team. They just got screwed over. I mean, I think it was just unlucky that they lost by that Puyol header. But the best team was just on that day. Spain just got the goal. They were not able to, and that was always a bad matchup. But no, Spain were not the best team. The best team was Germany. 2014, Germany with the best team, easily, hands down. They were the best team in 2014. 2018. Belgium were the best team. France just France were just hard to beat. And Deschamps' tactics were just hard to beat. But Belgium were the best team. So I see. I know. So when you say best, it's not necessarily because people could say, "Oh no, the best team is whoever wins." Not necessarily. Like the team who performs the best doesn't necessarily win. Everybody has said that the best team to not win the World Cup was the 1982 Brazil team. The kind of football those guys played was out of this world. But all because you play well doesn't mean that you win. There's a difference between playing well and just doing what you need to do to win. Like that's in 06, Argentina were freaking amazing. That was how I started my love affair with Riquelme. They were amazing. But Germany just won. It is what it is. They were better than Germany, you know. They might just screw them over, but Germany just ended up winning, you know. So, like, Italy were good. They were damn good in 06, but they were effective. I just think Argentina were better. So, yeah, the best World Cup winner for me, Germany 2014, that team was just excellent. But it's all about matchups. I still believe that if that German team faced Spain, they would still have issues. Germany would just had matchup issues against Spain. But I mean, those guys gave birth. So after that 7-1, you were like, all right, this is different. And the way that they didn't want it at the end, nah, man. Germany 2014 said, what's up, man? Shaman, Football Hub member, Whimsical Thought, man. Thank you for the dub. Thank you for the dub. Thank you for the dub. Hope, what's your beef with Beckham? I almost have understood your thoughts on guys like Cristiano or Kaka or Jared, but Beckham, I don't get it. Okay, whimsical thought. Beckham is a very weird one. He was good at dead ball situations. So, free kick, crossing, and like passing, sort of. Basic football mechanics. So what you can do with the ball at your feet, dude was average. Case in points. So someone like Luis Figo, because they were both wingers. Look at highlights of Luis Figo and look at how good the guy was with the ball at his feet. Whenever Bex received the ball, cross. He was always trying to make space for himself to cross. He had no football technique, no football mechanics whatsoever, So the guy was just a specialist at specific skill sets. So we need a free kick, bro. He's one of the best free kick guys out there. We need somebody just to cross the ball. That guy's crossing was so superb. But as a footballer, put it this way, Bex would get like a 28% on the eye test. 28%. And that's being nice. You get 20% on the eye test. So as a footballer, nah, like the guy failed the eye test badly, really badly. And also there's no beef. Like, I have no beef with Bex. It's just that he's not as good as you people make him out to be. He's just not as good as you guys make him out to be, man. Do you miss the 90s and early 2000s when athleticism wasn't that key and stocky players like Hanji, Riquelme, etc. could let their feet do the talking? Look, splash, bro. The game has changed. I think that right now the game is very physical and it's more tactical. Like, this is what I said before. Like, managers have taken over. The individuals have been put to the side and the managers have taken over. So we're now watching tactic versus tactic, philosophy versus philosophy. Growing up, I'm like, oh man, it's Ronaldo against Wea, Del Piero against Totti. You had guys like Haji, like Riquelme, you had Okocha. So you had those individuals who could say something. So in a given year, I could name you 7, 8 guys. These are I can give you 8 individuals back in the day. Guys, I will struggle to name you 5 guys where this guy has a personality. Like, this is a person. We now have teams. We now have philosophies. Like, what's it called? I was watching a podcast with Brendan Rodgers, and Rodgers said that players right now, they need to be told everything. They need to be told everything. So you can't just take player. No, just interpret it. Like, basically, go out and I trust you to. No. Players need to be told, given specific instructions. Like, what's it called? Do you see, whenever a guy comes on to the pitch, there's a freaking iPad. Lord only knows all the different lines and diagrams that there are on that freaking iPad that he's given. So there's so much instructions given to each player, and there's so much micromanagement that, look, it's cool, but it's different. I'm not saying it's bad. It's different because it's tactic versus tactic. But I'm a guy who gets excited by somebody dribbles, somebody does something amazing. There are individuals who are ready to be risk takers. Somebody says, look, this guy's mad. He's just ready to do something. And he's like, what did you see what he did? Look at what he did. But teams right now, because tactics have evolved so much, they're like, no, we don't have no time for individuals. We have researched the opponents. We have researched their weaknesses and strengths. So these are your instructions. These instructions do not deviate from these instructions here. Because if we now come together and so forth into this kind of mindset, we're going to be able to say what's up. So I don't hate it. Like, I'm cool with it. But I like people who dribble. So you say, oh, you just say dribble merchants. Okay. I like guys who dribble. I like individuals. I like guys who beat a man, take a man on. But that's the stuff that excites me. That's what makes me go wild and crap. Which is why that freaking moron, Neymar, annoys me, because Neymar, you're supposed to bring it back. You're supposed to bring it back. You see, that's what I admire about Messi. Because Messi is that, like, Messi is a guy who, this guy's just going to go past like 3, 4, 5, 6. So it takes like 2, 3 guys to stop this man. Like, yeah, like that's what I'm about. But Messi doesn't have that arrogance that Neymar has. Like, Neymar is arrogant. And he brings that arrogance to the pitches, because what you need is like Ronaldinho swag. And I don't see enough swag. Guys, can you name me 5 swaggy players in today's football right now? Name me 5 players with swag. 5 guys know this is an individual who is going to say something. You can't. Everybody is a slave to their manager's instructions. That's the fact. Everybody's a slave to their manager's instructions. Nobody is taking any risks. Nobody is dribbling. Nobody is trying things. Nobody is trying to be courageous, because everybody's like, no, I can press. I am here. I'm here. Boom, 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 boom. And that's what it's about. Because the managers are the superstars now. Back then, it was the players. Bro, it's Pochettino versus Pep. It's Tuchel versus Zidane. That is how it's going to be promoted. Which is crazy. Like, before, it should be like, oh my gosh, this is Zidane against Ronaldo, or this is Ronaldinho against Shevchenko. No, those days are gone. Right now, it's the managers are on the poster now. It's philosophy against philosophy, because who are the guys? Who are the individuals? The only individuals I can name for you right now, who this is a guy, is Messi, Cristiano, Neymar, maybe Mbappe, and that's it. Because Hazard has fallen off the map right now. Maybe you can say Benzema. Maybe you can say, yeah, Benzema is a guy. Yeah. See, I want guy like Benzema is a guy. I want guy who's a character. Don't just come with the manager's iPad. Who is a character? How many characters are in football right now? How many? You can't name them. You can't name the characters in football right now. Shazzy Boy Jones, Fieldman, thank you for the dub, man. Thank you for the dub, big man. Thank you for the dub, man. Horseman member, man. What do you have against Scunthorpe, Ava, and Elche? Jonas, I have nothing against them. Nothing against them whatsoever. They are casualties of war. Bro, Ava, Scunthorpe, not against them. But they are just my test subjects on the ridiculousness of where we are right now in football. Back in the day, yeah, there were rich clubs, but not to this degree. I was talking to Devon when we were doing like the Docker thing. It was a big deal when Vieri was bought for 30 mil. Because think about it. I told you, I'm old. When Denilson, before the 98 World Cup, Denilson moved to Real Betis for 22.5 million. And guys are like, whoa. When Vieri moved to Inter for 30 million, guys, 30 million. This was before the 98 World Cup. That's made, even the Pope commented. They said, what? 30 million for a player? Bro, guys, Class C bricks go for 30 mil these days. You can buy a Class C brick for 30 mil. these days. Like a Class C brick can go for 30 mil in today's world. So my thing is like the amount of money right now is crazy. So it's bullying. If Elche are going up against a Barca or Real Madrid, specifically when they're in the peak, so during the peak of Real, when Cristiano, I think these guys were holding 9 and 8. They were regularly. They were holding 9 and 8. I said, what is this? What is this? No wonder Cristiano has more goals than games, because these guys were giving birth every week. 6-0, 7-0, 8-0, 9. It didn't Real beat Granada 10-0. I swear Real scored 10. I swear Real Madrid scored 10 goals one time. Thank you. 20th of December 2015, Real Madrid won 10-2. Do you know how disgusting that is? 10-2. So no, I've got nothing against them. It's just a fact of they are my test subjects that reveal just how screwed up, how unbalanced, how financially unfair football has become. So, from Pierre Richard Michel, man, who says, would you like a CL? Okay, wait. Oh, it says, would you like a CL with a league winner and then FFP? Wait, Pierre, explain that to me right now. Don't send it up. Just explain that to me right now, because I'm not sure what you mean by that. Would you like a CL with league winner and FFP? I don't understand that, bro. I'm really don't understand that. You need to sort of they got reinvent it. Yeah, you need to understand that. You really want like, do you like a CL with the league winner and an FFP? You need to explain that to me, bro. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Like, I want to win the CL, and also FFP doesn't, like, FFP is useless, bro. FFP is not going to do anything, bro. Like FFP is trash. Hence why they've dispensed of it, man. So, H, what would you do if Hazard has the best game of his career against Chelsea? Bro, first off, how do you know he's good? Guys, he'll probably be injured this weekend. Knowing Hazard, he's probably injured this weekend. I've had enough of Hazard. I've defended him. I've tried with him. I've not discarded of him, but I just think that Hazard, his season is over. His season is over. He's done, and I don't expect him to turn up on Tuesday. Okay? I don't expect him to turn up on Tuesday. So for me, the Hazard conversation and dialogue, it's done for. It's finished, and I think I've moved past that. I've moved past Eden. So he wouldn't do that to Chelsea. So there is no way that he will do that to Chelsea. I think he loves Chelsea too much to be the scourge of me, and I think because we are close, he wouldn't dare, bro. He wouldn't dare. Right, where we are. What if this Real Madrid team wins another CL plus the league title? Should we start looking at a certain friend of yours sideways? More, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. I refuse to entertain Zidane winning another CL. I refuse to entertain. And Chelsea have got to stop them on Tuesday. Guys, it's been filmed. The previews have been filmed. So after I'm done here with the Q&A, I'm going to edit those things down and so forth, and we're going to live. And we're going to live. So the previews have been done. The previews have been done. So guys, chillax be done. Bro, I'm not even going to entertain it. I ain't entertaining Real Madrid doing what I think they would do, because remember as well, they're going to say what's up to either Man City or PSG. And I've got a funny feeling about that PSG City game. I've got a funny feeling, guys. We're going to talk on Sunday. We're going to talk on Sunday, also Saturday as well, because Sadly, because of this whole Super League thing, we didn't actually talk about the freaking quarterfinals, which we need to talk about. We need to talk about that freaking quarterfinals for sure. So, American arrogance versus English arrogance. I think American arrogance is much more in your face, much more abrasive. English arrogance is a bit more reserved and so forth. So English arrogance is sort of like, American arrogance, oh yeah, whoa, yeah, whoa. So sort of, yeah, man, hell yeah, all right, yeah, come on, yeah. And what have Chelsea said? What is the Chelsea statement? This guy says there's apparently been a Chelsea statement. What have these guys said? What have these guys said? What the heck? What? Oh shit, Captain America. Oopsies. Okay, so Pierre's comments. Oh, there we go. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Bruno. Wait, what I was going to say. Jeff, thank you for letting me know. So, like the old formats, only the winners of the league, like Poland, Romania, French, the seal, only. Ah, okay. No. Mm-mm. You have to maintain the quality. The fourth best team in England and Spain is better than the best team in Romania, Poland, Krypton, or Metropolis. You know, with all due respect to the best team in Gotham or Krypton, those guys are nowhere near as good as the fourth best team in Spain, Italy, England. So, because I think how they had it before in the early European Cup, it was only the winners. So it was like, it literally was the Champions League. But I think it's just the Champions League in name. But I think the idea is the very best teams around the world. That's why you have qualification and so forth. Because the same thing with the World Cup. I don't want 48 teams at the World Cup. I want 32 teams because it's still a competition. And I want that once the competition starts, these are the very best teams in Europe. Okay, no freebies, no free rides. I want the very best team. So how it is beautiful. Top 4 teams in the top 10 leagues, and those top guys in the other leagues, you go through a qualification. Now, if you come to that qualification, then you deserve to be here. The idea is we want a Champions League where these are the best teams. These are the very, very best teams. So we don't want a situation where a team finishes with 0 points. I don't want to see an 8-0 in the Champions League. I hate that. That is disrespectful. I don't want to see an 8-0 or a 9-0. Something is wrong here. Because I'm like, how did this team get here? How the heck did this team get here that they're losing 7? A team losing 7-8-0, you shouldn't be here. You shouldn't be here. How the heck did you get here? So, all right, let's see. I'm going around a man where she go. Should go around a man where she go. All right, boy, we're going down south, man. I know. My boy Chelsea, man. Bram, I want that CM Bram. I want that CM Bram. I want that CM Bram. Oh, I want that CM Bram. I want that CM Bram. Boy, I want that CM now. I want the CM now. I want that CM Bram. What else you guys saying? Man? Um, this is random, but I'll put it in. Who's the best James Bond villain? Oh, Skyfall. It's between Goldfinger and Skyfall. So I can't remember what Javier Bardem's character in Skyfall and Goldfinger. Tough one. Bardem gave a better acting performance in Skyfall, but in terms of characterization, Goldfinger was money, man. That guy was scary. You know, I expect you to die, Bond. I expect you to die. You know, yeah. So that was my thing, man. But yeah, no. The Javier Bardem in Skyfall was whew, Skyfall was quality, man. The heck? So guys, send in those cues, man. Send in those cues. Want to become famous? Buy followers and viewers. I'm cool, bro. If Pep wins the CL, do we get your boy Uncle Mu out of there? If is a very big word. If is a very big word. If Pep wins that Champions League, we're gonna have to have a conversation. And it will be a very difficult conversation. But the key thing is we'll have a dialogue. It's a conversation I don't want to have. It's a conversation that I don't like to have, but we're gonna have to have the convo. 3 CLs. 3 beats 2. Well, did Pep win a treble? I mean, does that really count as a treble? I don't know, man. I don't know whether I can count that treble. Nah. I mean, because that semi doesn't count. That semi against Chelsea, I'm sorry, that's cheating. It doesn't count. So he hasn't won a legal treble. Mourinho's treble is fully legal. So until Pep wins a legal treble, fully clean, no referee interference, okay. But until he wins a legal treble, I don't really know whether I can give him that dub, man. Shout out to Craig Morgan's new member, man. What up, man? Welcome to the member club, baby, man. Welcome, man. Welcome to that member club, man. You have delved into the football loveliness, man. Remember, some of that new stuff is coming in, and check out our beautiful, amazing, lovely stream that we did. I know when we did that stream that we did on Sunday. We talked for a good hour, man, about some nice stuff. Thoughts on gigs? He needs a wife source episode with Terry and Icardi. If anybody looks at, if anybody looks at reads up on what Ryan Giggs did to his brother, it is one of the most disgusting, messed up things I've ever heard of in my life. It's so messed up, I don't even want to say so. Your reaction versus this miss. When you saw what happened, that reaction makes all the sense in the world. That reaction makes all the sense in the world. That miss was messed up. Like literally, that's miss. He missed from like 2, and he still hasn't recovered. So that's everybody reacted that. I don't care when it was. Everybody reacted. So it's not funny. Oh, it's funny. No, everybody reacted that way. This dude missed from 2 yards out. It was harder to miss than to score. So it made full-on sense, man. Shout out to boy Jonas, man. Thank you for the dub, Jonas. Thank you for the dub, man. Jonas, man. Thank you for the dub. Thank you for that meal. Giving me that meal. Mane, Hazard, or Sanchez, all in their pick. Who are you picking? It's between this is tough. So peak Mane, clutch. Big game, he will always show up in the big game. Mane's goals won more points for Liverpool than any other player during their season. Peak Hazard, top 3 player in the world. Closest thing to Neymar and Messi. Peak Hazard, closest thing to Neymar and Messi. Sanchez was a one-man wrecking ball. Forget the guy they see at Inter United. Sanchez for Udinese, for Chile, and so forth was one-man wrecking ball. And also, only one of these guys had the balls to score a Panenka in a Copa America final in his home country where they had never won before. That takes brass balls. In their peak, I've got to take Hazard because with Hazard, I'm getting goals and assists. With Mane, it's mainly goals. With Sanchez, it's mainly goals. With Hazard, it's goals and assists and overall play. So it's pre-assists, it's assists, it's playmaking, it's facilitating, and it's goals. Hazard gives, and also peak Hazard is the closest thing to Neymar and Messi. If you push me, if you push me, if you push me. So as I'm saying, if you push me, Super League teams combined 11 versus non-Super League teams combined 11. Who wins? My dear friend, the Super League teams combined would win because they have the best players in the world. So, yeah. From your boy, JJ Joker, which is actually, yeah, that's an Xbox One pad. Just remember, Hazard went a whole year without a goal. Just remember that Eden Hazard was the best player at a World Cup. Has Messi ever been the best player at a World Cup? No, he hasn't. The best player at 2014 was Robin, followed by Lam and then Neuer. Cristiano has never been the best player at a World Cup. So, yeah, he went a year without a scoring goal. He was also the best player at a World Cup. And if De Bruyne wasn't such a pussy and such a wimp and actually helped him out in that semi, they would have beaten France. They would have then beaten Croatia. I would have had a very different conversation because then we'd talk about Eden Hazard, the World Cup winner. So, yeah, I mean, it depends what you want to remember. Yeah, but I do remember him being the best player at a World Cup, though. So, what can UEFA do to get their trust back again? Share the money, which is not what they want to do. The only way that they can gain their trust is to pay these teams and these clubs what they deserve. But that's not going to happen because for FIFA and UEFA, it's about extortion and it's about taking advantage of people. So that's my thinking. It's about taking advantage of people. So the only way that they can gain their trust is those millions, those billions, because I think they found like 4 billion under the sofa. All those monies and so forth. Give it back. Give all that stuff back. Give all that money back, so people can say, "Well, someone give all that money back, man." Oh, okay, all right, Infinity. I thought you were asking a stupid question, man. So okay, so this is of the 12 teams, and those teams. So really, it's PSG, Bayern, because PSG and Bayern they didn't take part. So PSG, Bayern, Dortmund. I would still go with the Super League teams because even if you combine PSG and Bayern, the Super League teams can have Messi, Cristiano, De Bruyne, Ramos, Varane, Mendy, Carvajal, freaking Kante. So if you just combine Chelsea, Juventus, Barcelona, Real Madrid, and so forth, you can come up with a freaking crazy team, bro. You know, but then the non-Super League team would have Neuer. They would have Neuer though. Thoughts on the African Super League becoming a reality soon? Does there need to be an African Super League? That's the thing. And my thing about this is if the African Super League is going to bring money into the game, much needed money into the game, specifically the African game, and that can feed into grassroots football and so forth. It's all felt. My thing about it is people are hating the Super League stuff and everything. What if the Super League thing is done well, it generates a huge amount of money, and then they then create a kitty that can then be given to smaller teams. So I think if this African Super League is able to generate enough money to help grow African football specifically on that grassroots level that can help improve national sides, hey, stuff can be done. What do you think of Declan Rice? Yeah, he's cool. He's not world class. He's not amazing. He's not fantastic, but he's good. Chelsea shouldn't have him as a priority. All because he's English and not because he's good friends with Mason Mount doesn't mean that Chelsea should have him as a priority. Chelsea already have Kante, and I'm sure that there are better DMs and better players in the world in his position. Remember, this is Chelsea. This isn't West Ham or something. This is Chelsea. So Chelsea have the cachet, the attraction to get the very best. And I'm sure on the planet, in the world, in Europe, there are better players in Declan Rice's position. So how come we don't get Barca v Brazil or England v Chelsea friendlies like back then? Yeah, I know what we don't get. Remember how we used to get Europe against Africa, South America against Europe? Why don't we have that anymore? I remember Africa beats Europe 2-1. Because this is when Africa were amazing, when they had Abedi Pele, Yeboah, George Weah, Okocha, and so forth. But I'm like, yeah, why don't we have those kinds of super? Because that's what I love about American sports is how they have their all-star teams. Remember, I think there was like there was the world. Yes, there was the world against like Europe. Like those games were they were cool to watch. And I think those games, the money always went to charity. At least I hope so. I hope hopefully didn't pocket that. But yeah, do that small stuff. Give that stuff to charity and so forth. And that's it specifically in specifically in COVID-19. And if let's say you make it like it's super obviously it's like yeah, it's hard to do COVID-19 and everything. But let's say even in COVID-19, make it televised and say, okay, it's £10. So you pricks were wanted to charge people £15 to watch West Ham against Burnley or freaking Scunthorpe against Torquay. Instead, during COVID-19 and so forth, do a thing where televised game, £15, World 11 against Europe 11, South America 11 against Europe 11, Africa 11 is ain't great now, but yeah, Africa 11 against Europe 11. My gosh, that would be so good. But yeah, I have no idea why they don't do it anymore, man. Who do you think? Who do you think will win La Liga? Um, Barcelona. They were my pick at the start of the season. I looked very stupid after they were struggling. But as of right now, I do believe that with the Champions League distraction and the fact that Atletico are bottlers, I think Barca will take advantage of Atletico Real dropping points, and I think Barca will do it. I think Barca will do it. It's a great race. I mean, wow. I mean, it is genuinely a really actually. Let's see what's the La Liga. It's a really great race, man. So we are currently wow, look at that. Okay, it's no game in hand though. So if they win the game in hand, 69, 77. So if they win the game in hand, they now go 2 points behind Atletico. But then look at that, man. Watch well, but then let's win the game in hand. It's very close. I mean, Sevilla are even coming up, but now I just think I'm gonna go with Barcelona. I think um I think Barcelona will do it. I think Barcelona, but look, that is a great title result. That so 6 games left. 6 games left. Great. See, that is what I want from football. That is what I want. A true, like a 2-3 horse race. Stop the English agenda. He's actually elite. Declan Rice is very good. It is not an English agenda. He's good. He's not elite. Okay. Foden, I rate that guy extremely highly. I think that guy is one of the best players for his age. He's one of the best young players in the world. Bukayo Saka was really Nigerian, actually. Quality. Sancho, one of my favorite players. Quality. All English guys. So this is not an anti-English thing, man. Foden is money. So Declan Rice is good. He is good. Chelsea can do better. I just believe Chelsea can do better than Rice. And Chelsea should look more broadly and scout more broadly for other guys that can get. Now, if there's no one else out, then okay, then take a look at Rice. But sure, you can't tell me Rice is the best player in his position in the world. Surely you're not telling me that. Surely you're not telling me that Declan Rice is the best player in his position in the world. And my thing about this is that even if Kante is roaming, puts Kante at DM. Do you know how intelligent Kante is? I have never seen a player more intelligent than Kante in terms of reading the game and interception. This guy is an interceptive genius. Okay. So, Kante is thinking, man. Yes, Liga is also tied as well, man. Liga is also tied as well. So look at that. So, oh my, whoa, that is tight. Oh my God. There is zero margin of error. It's 68, 69. So 3 points separates fourth and first. Wow. So basically, Lyon, Monaco, Lyon. Oh, this is great. Wow. Oh, now that's a huge game. So they play Lyon next, then Nice, Lyon. Oh man. Yeah, 5 games left. So PSG have so they play Metz tomorrow. Then Lyon, Rennes. Yeah, okay. The games are thinking, and then no, Marseille already out of it. Monaco, Angers. Then they play Lyon. So those are going to be the key ones, like the Lyon, Lille, and Monaco against Lyon. Tight. Actually, let's see what's happening in the Serie. Serie. What's up in Serie? So Inter are on 76 points. So they are 10 points clear. So 3, 6, 9. So 33, 34, 35. I say they need like 3 more wins. So 3 more wins and they're good. I mean, like, I think it's a done deal, man. It's a done deal. Now that is close. Juventus cannot afford to slip up at all. Juve cannot afford to, they cannot afford to slip up at all. So they play Fiorentina away. And then they play Milan. Ooh, or they play Inter. Ooh. Or a Coppa Italia final. So these are huge games for Juve. That game against Milan and so guys, you see, I told you, Agnelli has blood on his hands. If these guys allow Pirlo to be the man that fails to get Juve top 4, Agnelli has blood in his hands. The guy has blood in his hands, man. Yeah, this would be cool. Should we have a North East South of England All-Star 11, like a Premier All-Star? Yeah, like for me, I love the, and it's like we need something that's just fun. It's fun and with amazing players, because that's what the All-Star game is about. All-Star game, it doesn't mean anything. Best players, have fun, do that, and also it can now. Then this is again where there's no tactics, there's no strategy. You don't need to be scared. Just guys, do your skill, do your thing, do rainbow flicks, do all that kind of stuff. We need a fun exhibition game with all the best players. I don't know why we don't do it. The reason why we don't do it is because of those stupid, all those useless, pointless friendlies, man. That's the thing, man. Guys, 5 minutes, man. I'll be out in 5 minutes. I'm gonna give you guys 5 minutes, then I'm out of here, man. 5 minutes. 5 minutes, guys. So ask your best questions, man. 5 minutes and your boy is out of here. 5 minutes and your boy is out of here, man. So give me that Larini. Give me that Larini. You shouldn't. You shouldn't get injured in those games, because the whole point of those games is to have fun. That's the whole point. You know, like the whole point, the mindset of these games is, hey man, we're chilling out, we're having fun, we're doing our thing. We're doing our thing, you know? So yeah. Because guys, in those games, guys should be laughing, guys should be joking around, guys should be doing their thing. So nah, there is no way that guys should get injured, man. All right. Oh, how about you guys tag me, man? What are your thoughts on Iheanacho on a second option if the link doesn't come to Chelsea? I've actually done a video on Kelechi, which I will post probably sometime to tomorrow. Chelsea need a striker, and yes, he's on good recent form. Chelsea needs something a bit more resolute. Chelsea need a big name. They need a big signing. Like, it's now about just going full in. Full in. That's what it's about. It's going all in, man. All in for a top tier striker. That's what these guys need. Chelsea need a top tier striker. So, and the biggest guy out there is Haaland. Now, who knows? Kane. Who cares about the rivalry? What up? You know, Kane. If you want to try and win something, what up? Pick up the phone. Pick up the phone. Immobile, no. Lukaku isn't leaving Inter. And for me, you know, as I said again, look, Lukaku would be nice. Lukaku would be nice, and I think Lukaku would work really well. Chelsea need a striker, man. They need a striker so bad. Like, that's why Tuchel is playing this freaking stupid false nine, because Giroud ain't it, and I think Tammy has just sort of gone out of favor. The false nine should only be played by peak Spain and Barcelona. False nine is a tactic that requires top tier midfielders. If you don't have top tier super smart midfielders, you cannot play the false nine. I don't know why it's so hard for people to understand this. Who wins the UCL? Maybe Pep finally does it, bro. Baby Pep finally does it. Maybe Neymar gets injured, gets into that final, and maybe he slays the beast that is Real Madrid. Because I have said that if Real Madrid make the final, they can't lose. Zidane can't lose in the final, man. But maybe I think, and maybe that's the story. After being clowned, being abused, being insulted, maybe finally this dude find. Oh, lots of shush, and I'll see you on Sunday, man. Lots of shush. Okay, so it just could be the year. But whatever the case may be, it's going to be a crazy semi-final, man. Oh, De Bruyne is injured. De Bruyne is injured. Shish kebab, man. Okay, I think the last one, the Namada came on. YB Jeremy says, Mount is going to be on the cover of the CL final. That is assuming Chelsea will make the CL final. So you are making an assumption that Chelsea will make the CL final, man. I think we need to relax on our talk, and we need to first deal with, because Tuesday things will pop. Guys, by the way, on Tuesday we start at 3 p.m. BST. 3 p.m. BST, we start on Twitch. On Twitch, we ride from 3. We have a hangout at 3 p.m. BST. 3 p.m. BST, we talk. 3 p.m. BST, we talk. Okay, we start early. Because guys, I think things are getting very real. Things are getting very, very good. Things are so real right now. I'm scared. I'm scared for my safety. I'm scared for my safety. Guys, it's been swell. I will see you guys on Saturday, 10 p.m., where we have so much to discuss. Not Super League. I'm tired of talking about the Super League. Saturday, we now talk about the football. We talk about the football on Saturday. Chelsea have a huge game against West Ham that they need to win, because I'm freaking top 4. So guys, peace out. Stay true. Stay real. Stay sexy. Stay lovely. Stay wild. Remember to like and subscribe. And your boy is out. Lara Croft.